Alright folks, here we go again. Another miserable morning for the Celtic support, and truth be told, it's hard to find the words at this point. 2-0 at Dens Park. Nay excuses, nay flukes, just a side that's completely lost its identity. And maybe that's the worst part. It's no even that we're angry anymore. Folk are just numb. There's a real disconnect between the team and the support, and that's a dangerous place to be. You know it's bad when a defeat like that doesn't even shock ye. It's just more of the same, slow, lifeless, predictable. Dundee, who've been poor all season, looked like the side that actually wanted it. And Celtic? We looked like we didn't even want to be there. That second half was a complete surrender. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but that might have been the lowest point yet under Brendan's second spell. The thing is, when Rodgers came back, we were all hopeful. Maybe no convinced, but hopeful. But what we've seen this season is a team that's been left behind. The intensity's gone. The hunger's gone. The belief? That left the building weeks ago. This just didn't look like a Celtic team anymore. Look at the starting 11 against Dundee. Same faces, same shape, same predictable approach. Nay spark, nay boldness, just safe, tired football. And even though we all felt it coming, some of us still dared to believe we'd do the job. Dundee had just been thumped by Aberdeen, for God's sake. But no, we went there, and we got exactly what we deserved, nothing. And that's the thing. It's not like we were unlucky. It's not like the keeper had a worldie, or we battered the post 3 times. Nah, we created nothing. We offered nothing. We looked like a team with zero ideas. And see when the second goal went in? I didn't even flinch. That's how far it's gone. It's beyond anger now. Let's talk midfield. McGregor, Hatate, Bernardo. How many times are we going to see the same trio that clearly Disney work? There's nay balance, nay aggression, nay drive. Hatate, for all his talent, looks a mile off it. The first thing he did was miscontrol the ball and let it roll under his foot. And you just knew from there, it was going to be one of those days again. Then there's Iheanacho up top. Still no fit, still nowhere near ready. But we're pinning all our hopes on him because the recruitment has been shocking. And Young on the wing? I honestly don't even know what he's offering at this point. There's nothing happening up front. Nay movement, nay finishing, nay urgency. It's painful to watch. Even Carter Vickers, a player we've all loved, a proper rock at the back for years, looks miles off it. That second goal summed it up. Hatate loses the ball. Nobody brings the boy down. Dundee charge forward, and boom, goal. Nay bite, nay street smarts. We used to be horrible to play against. Now we're just polite, passive, weak. And Rodgers? He's standing there in the dugout, arms folded, watching it all unfold like the rest of us. There's nay fire, nay emotion, nay sense that he's got a plan. His post-match chat is starting to sound like a broken record. It's about confidence. We've lost speed. It's tough being at Celtic. Brendan, it is. That's the gig. But the Honda Civic excuse? Come on, mate. That was embarrassing. You've got plenty of tools. You're just not using them right. And the squad's no great. But whose fault is that? The board? Absolutely. They failed us. But Brendan's no helping himself either. He's sticking with the same players who are letting us down week after week. The same shape, the same decisions, and we're getting the same result. Madness. You look at the bench, and it's not like there's a queue of superstars waiting to come on, but there are options. Balieza, Donovan, even young Sarah. These lads deserve a shot. They might no be the finished article, but at least they'd offer something different. Instead, we're going back to the same well and hoping for a different outcome. That's no management. That's stubbornness. The bigger problem is, it just feels like the team's done. Finished. There's no life in them. No belief. No fight. And I'm sorry, but that falls on the manager as much as anyone. Brendan Rodgers is acting like a man who's already decided he can't turn it round. And if that's the case, then why is he still here? We've now won 4 of our last 11. 2 of those wins came with last-minute goals. We've failed to score in 6 of those matches. This is Celtic. That kind of stat should be unthinkable. But here we are. And I honestly don't see how it gets any better. We've got Sturm Graz next, then Hearts away. Right now, I've got zero faith that we're taking anything from either game. And here's the reality. If we lose both of those, which is entirely possible, the heat is going to shift. It's been all on the board so far, and rightly so, but fans are only going to put up with this for so long. Lose to Hearts, And especially if we get knocked out of the League Cup by Rangers next month, that's when it turns. That's when the protests stop being about banners and start being about Brendan. Because when the team's collapsing and the manager keeps throwing out the same excuses while doing the same thing every week, folk are going to lose patience. And you can already feel it building. If the rot continues, it won't just be the board in the firing line. It'll be the manager too. Look at the fixtures ahead. Sturm Graz away, Hearts at Tennessee, then Falkirk, Rangers, Midtjylland, and Cluj. Honestly, do you see us going on a run? We can't even put together 2 good halves of football, never mind stringing together 5, 6 wins. Right now, I'd fancy Falkirk to give us a proper game. That's how far we've fallen. And this isn't just a dip in form. This is a team that's been getting by on scraps since the season started. People say, we're still in touching distance at the top, but that's only because we've scraped a few last-minute goals. Without Maeda's late strike against Motherwell or Iheanacho's penalty, we'd be adrift already. You take away those moments, and this league's practically over. But it's not just about results. It's the performances, the way we play. There's no tempo, no urgency, no belief. It's like we've got 11 strangers on the pitch. Nobody looks like they want the ball. Nobody's taking responsibility. Even McGregor, who used to run games for fun, is just another passenger now. He's shouting, pointing, but it's empty. The movement's not there. The shape's all wrong. We look clueless. And that word keeps coming back. Passive. We're so passive. That used to be the one thing we could count on. Even if we weren't playing well, we'd fight. We'd press. We'd rattle teams. We'd make it uncomfortable. Now, teams are strolling through us. Dundee, who've been awful, played through us with ease. Their second goal was a joke. A simple turnover, a run down the right. Nay challenge, nay foul. Just let them go. That's not bad luck. That's lack of hunger. Folks say it's all down to the board. And they're a shambles. No one's arguing with that. The recruitment's been abysmal. We've brought in bodies, but not players. There's nay quality, nay bite, nay leaders. But Brendan Rodgers knew what he was walking back into. He knew this board. He knew how tight they'd be. And still he came back. So now it's on him to manage the situation. But he's no doing it. Instead, we're watching the same names every week. The same system. The same collapse. And then after the game, we get the same speeches. The same excuses. That Honda Civic line, what was that? What was the point of saying that? Telling the fans that your team's not good enough? Is that supposed to motivate them? Is that supposed to fire them up? Honestly, it felt like he was already writing his own exit speech. And don't get me started on the lineups. Who exactly is earning these starts? Young. What's he shown? Hatate, who's been injured and anonymous since he came back. Iheanacho, still puffing after 20 minutes? Even Carter Vickers, who we all respect, is looking miles off it. Yet he's untouchable. The only reason he's in the team is because there's no other option, and that's on recruitment again. But Rodgers doesn't even seem interested in trying something different. Where's the bravery? Where's the risk-taking? We've got young lads on the bench who, all right, might not be world beaters, but they'll run, they'll fight, they'll try. Isn't that better than watching the same players go through the motions? At least give us something to get behind. We can forgive a lack of talent. What we can't forgive is a lack of effort. And that's what we're seeing now. Then there's the protest. Folk throwing stuff on the pitch at kickoff. Some people moaning that it disrupted the players. Come off it. It happened right at the start, didn't interrupt the flow of the match. If the team's confidence is that fragile that a few tennis balls throw them off, we're in even more trouble than we thought. Let's be honest, that protest didn't cost us the game. We were garbage before a ball was kicked. The protest, for me, was justified. The board's been sleepwalking through this season. The squad's short, unbalanced, and half of them don't look like they want to be here. That's on them. The fans have every right to make their voices heard. We pay the money. We follow the team. We've got a right to demand better. And it says everything that the strongest reaction we've seen this month came from the stands, not the pitch. So where does this leave us? That's the question. Brendan's not going anywhere yet. The board won't pull the trigger this early. But if we lose to Sturm Graz and Hearts, it becomes a conversation. And if we go out of the League Cup to Rangers, that might be the breaking point. It's not just about trophies. It's about identity. And right now, Celtic look like a team that's lost theirs completely. I want to believe that Rodgers can turn it round. He's done it before. But this feels different. This doesn't feel like a team that just needs one result to kick into gear. It feels broken. It feels like whatever message he's trying to get across, it's no landing anymore. And when you've got a full squad underperforming, that's no coincidence. That's a system problem. That's a manager problem. There's a part of me that thinks, even if we scrape a result in Austria, it won't fix anything. It's papering over cracks. Because the performances don't lie. This team isn't improving. It's going backwards. Players like McGregor, Hatate, even CCV, they look like shadows of themselves. And the new signings aren't making any impact. It's like we've hit reset, but forgot to plug the console in. And that's the fear, that this season's already slipping away. It's only October, but it feels like February. We're tired. The players look tired. The fans are tired. And the worst bit? Nobody at the club seems in a hurry to change it. Let's go back to the start of the match. When the lineup dropped, any small buzz you might have felt going into the game just disappeared. A lot of fans had convinced themselves, again, that this would be the match we finally click. That after the dramatic late win against Motherwell before the international break, we might have turned a corner. But the same tired lineup, the same faces that have been underperforming week in, week out, it was like a punch to the gut. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Glasgow is buzzing tonight, and not because of the rain or another derby row in a pub. Word on the streets, and in every WhatsApp group from Parkhead to Paisley, is that Andrew Robertson, captain of Scotland and longtime Liverpool stalwart, has signed with Celtic. Yes, that Andrew Robertson, the lad who grew up dreaming in green and white before his career took him south to England's biggest stages. Nothing's official, of course, at least not yet. But according to sources close to the player, a deal has been brewing quietly over the last few weeks. Some claim Robertson was spotted at a private terminal in Glasgow airport late last night, while others swear they saw him having dinner with a familiar Celtic director at a West End restaurant. Nobody's talking on record, but the silence is deafening. If true, this would be one of the most seismic moves in Scottish football in decades. Robertson, still only in his early 30s and with plenty of football left in his boots, would bring world-class pedigree back home. Fans are already dreaming of his surging runs down the left flank at Celtic Park, whipping in crosses under the Friday night lights, the stands roaring his name. Liverpool supporters, understandably, are torn. Some say it's the perfect time. Robertson's done it all. Champions League, Premier League, countless assists. Others can't believe he'd walk away from the Anfield faithful just yet. There's talk of a mutual understanding. Perhaps even a symbolic gesture, the prodigal son returning to give something back to the Scottish game. Celtic, meanwhile, are keeping their cards close. No statements, no leaks, just that eerie calm that tends to come before something big. The timing fits, though. The club has been hinting at a massive announcement for weeks, and fans have been waiting for a true headline grabber after a relatively quiet transfer window. Whether it's truth or just wishful thinking fueled by social media hysteria, one thing's certain, Scottish football hasn't felt this alive in years. If Robertson really does walk out in the hoops, it won't just be a signing. It'll be a homecoming and a story for the ages. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.